right. It's your host, Social Media GM. The one and only. So I'm welcoming all creatures. I appreciate you being here because you didn't have to be here. So let's start off. The segment for today is going to be an NFL mock draft. So as you can see, I already got the number one pick, but I did a draft earlier, a couple days ago. Go check that out as well. But this is our second one. Just try to do things a little different. And before anybody clicks off the video, because you might see the list over there and you're like, what? I made a video about that as well. This is my big value board below my face. So I put Hall of Fame, but blue chip players. You see that? All pro players, fringe blue chips. That's basically what they are to me. And then stars under that. So those will be, they make Pro Bowls. I can't tell you how many, but they make Pro Bowls. So um, and it's no particular order either. So if they're in that category, they're in that category. I didn't want to put a certain ranking yet, but go look at that video if you want to figure out what my big value board meant. But let's get into it though. You came for a draft. Um, Fernando Mendoza, consensus. I think he's just gonna be the number one pick. So we're not even gonna waste too much time on that. Next pick, I'm gonna do Arvell Reese. Last video I did David Bailey, but I kind of do think it's out of these two players in general. So it just depends on Aaron Glenn, maybe what he wants or what he envisions. Maybe he wants more of a pure edge rusher who's just more tuned into being an edge rusher, or maybe he's going for the potential of like this guy can be a monster at the edge rusher position, or might want the flexibility of playing linebacker. I don't know. We'll see what they want to do with him. Me personally, that's a reason I'm glad I got this big board here so I can like kind of touch on the players a little bit more. As you see, I still got him as a French blue chip, but that's the reason I have him there is because I don't think he would be an exact blue chip if you I like him as a linebacker. He can end up being an edge because even Michael Parsons, he played linebacker a lot in college and ended up being a really, really nice edge. It can happen, but I don't know. I just don't really I like people to play their position. If that's what they want to play, they play. I mean it happens, but we'll see what they do with him. The next pick, with the Cardinals. So Alvaro Reese is gone. And in this scenario, I wouldn't go wide receiver. For sure, I wouldn't go wide receiver. You can go offensive tackle with Francis Marianoa, Spencer Fano. Some people haven't really been a fan of Spencer Fano lately. Um, Too high for these players, I feel like, in general. They don't need a safety necessarily. So I think I'm going to switch it and go with Spencer Fano. At first, he was the number one offensive tackle at first. And then I think after just like the NFL Combine and maybe just him just being open to other positions, I think that's what made him fall down the draft board. But he was the first offensive tackle. He's not my first offensive tackle. You don't see him up here at all. Um, but it is what it is. I think going the offensive line route is probably the best in this scenario, though. Like if Arvell Reese isn't there, I would probably do that. The Titans. So with the availability right now that you have, let me go over here. Um, mm, like I said, let's have fun with it and go David Bailey. Now, Alvaro Reese would have probably been better if he was there. People would say Jeremiah Love, which is most likely the pick. I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to switch it up to give different scenarios. Um, Jeremiah Love is who I picked in the first time. I think that's the route to go. I think going offense is probably better than going defense, most likely, especially if you're not that high. I'm not that high on David Bailey, but I'm showing y'all how I feel about the players with my draft board, but I also want to be a little realist, a little real with it because I'm just making up something. This is not how I feel. But I wouldn't want to have David Bailey going in the third round when we know he's not going in the third round. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be a little bit more real with it. So I'm going with what everybody views, and then I'm also gonna throw in my mix. So David Bailey just makes sense. I mean, you could have went Ruben Bain, but I feel like people are seeing David Bailey edging him out in general. So yeah, with the Giants, right? I am going to go Sonny Styles. Caleb Downs is the obvious pick. I mean, I could have went Caleb Downs. I feel like that's probably what they're gonna go more. And mind you, when I pick something, I'm not going back. Sonny Styles, y'all need better linebacker help. I think you could always just get a safety later, and he's not gonna be generational. Maybe not like Caleb Downs, but you see where I got Sonny Styles. And mind you, I know I didn't. I said this is no order, but Sonny Styles might be my number one prospect. I like him the most, so I would just get him. He's gonna change that defense in general. Mind you, y'all picked up Tremaine Edmonds, so I think the linebacker spots would be pretty good. And y'all already are good on the line. Obviously, Dexter Lawrence situation is making it tough, but y'all can make up for that. I know he's not a player you could just solely just automatically make up for, but y'all can make up for that. And then, like I said, in the later rounds, get a safety, maybe get another depth corner if you still believe in your corners currently. I forgot his name. Is it Philip? Andrew? Like Andrew Phillip or something like that. Give him another chance in a sense, but the middle area with the linebackers and defensive line would be nasty. All right, the Browns. Now they have some options they could go. You could you could work with the line. Actually, I'm going Carnell Tate. Um, y'all need help on the offensive end in general. Y'all did just revamp your line, even though it might not be the best. Some people might not agree with it. Some people don't. I mean, might not. They might. They might not. Whatever the case is, y'all revamped it regardless. You sometimes you gotta kind of see what works before you try to do too much. Because what if your whole offense line end up being top 10? I'm not saying it's gonna do that, but what if it ends up being top 10? Now, wide receiver, y'all need help. Harold Fenton Jr. is a tight end, but he can't do it all himself. And then that box gets too stacked for your running backs. Quinshawn Junkins was one of the most boxed in running backs. And when I mean boxed in, I don't mean like he's literally clamped up. I mean like they 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 filled the box for him because y'all wide receivers need help. Now you get a 1A, 1B type of wide receiver. You see I got him in a star category, but you get a 1A, 1B type of wide receiver for your team. All right, so the Commanders in this scenario, I just mm, I wouldn't pass on Jeremiah Love. I feel like last year y'all got rid of Brian Robinson and y'all tried to stick it out with your seventh rounder. Y'all had a lot of faith in him, mind you. He has some good runs, and he's not bad in the ground game, to be honest. He's not bad. He has some good games. He has some bad games. I just don't think he's that reliable. And you got Chris Rodriguez. Oh no, he might have left. I think he went to the Jags actually. And I don't even know if y'all got Austin Eckler still. So yeah, y'all might have Austin Eckler, but y'all need some depth at that running back and just having him who can still catch the ball. So it still kind of helps in the catching game, but he can catch the ball and he's a dynamic running back. And that RPO would be nasty with them too. Y'all need some help with the running backs. Y'all tried to rely too much on the seventh rounder, and to me, that did not work. Granted, y'all offense was kind of shaky because of injuries in general, but having him and then having Jacoby Merritt or whatever his name is, Brissett. I'm saying Jacoby Brissett. Wrong person. But y'all know who I'm saying. The running back. Having him as a backup would be great. All right, Saints. Saints, in this scenario, I would go uh Ruben Bain Jr. Y'all got Chase Young played pretty good in general, and I think Cameron Jordan might be leaving. From what I'm hearing, he might be leaving because I think if y'all cut him or something like that, y'all save a lot of money. So time to start beefing up and replacing basically. And y'all offense is solid. The defense might be better actually, but just getting a pure pressure player like him would be great for y'all. Next, so the Chiefs. Mm, I'm not high on this guy, but this seemed like. All right, so I'm gonna just scroll through my list pretty fast, but I have somebody as overrated, and that's who I'm picking, right? Mansour Delane. I have him as overrated, and y'all probably gonna be like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Like I said, go check out my last video, but I'm not a huge fan of Mansour Delane, and that's not when I say overrated. That doesn't mean I think he's a bust or anything. I just don't think he should go in the top 10. But I think he will fit. Like when I think of top 10 cornerback, like, oh, he's locked down. It don't matter what team he goes to, he's gonna be the number one cornerback. That's how I think of it. Yes, he probably can be a number one cornerback on a lot of teams, but I think it's just like certain fits that will make sense for him to be a top 10 cornerback. For the Bengals, I don't think the top 10 pick will make sense. For the Chiefs and how they play their cornerbacks and how successful their cornerbacks have been, and you could, I mean, it depends on you. You could say the refs be helping them out and stuff, but I think Mansour Delane will find some success in that defense. That would make sense, even though I still don't think he's worth a top 10 pick. That could make sense. All right, now we got the Bengals. Bengals, I know y'all probably like, oh, Caleb Downs right there, get him. Mm. In this draft, y'all gotta protect y'all quarterback. That's what I think. Like, yeah, the defense do be shaky, but Joe Burrow missing games and stuff like that is what's really shaky. Because there's a lot of times y'all probably like even last year, Joe Burrow missed what I think the first 4 games or something like that. Y'all could have made the playoffs if he was there or whatever the case is. And I know he gets pressured a lot. He's too much like he's too much of a perennial blue chip quarterback to be getting pressure so much and be getting injured so much. It to me, I'd rather stack that offense even more rather than trying to worry about the defense and your quarterback is still getting hit. That's just me. And y'all get a like I said, y'all get a right tackle or nah, I wouldn't put him at left, but y'all get a right tackle that's gonna be really really good. Or I could have got Vega, which would have made more sense for y'all. But I just feel like he's a proven right tackle to be honest. So I think you can work with him. Uh, the Dolphins. The Dolphins. Uh, so for the Dolphins, hmm, it depends on what you want to do. It depends on what you want to do. Me personally, I be seeing a lot. I honestly would do this. Like I said, I'm gonna go with what I want to go with. Ken Sadiq. Y'all see where I have him? Blue chip. Reason I'm saying that is because it's a mix. Like, yeah, you could go defense, but I feel like y'all need help on the offense end. Y'all need a lot of help. I mean, the defense, yeah, it's gonna need help, but y'all need a lot of help on the offense end. Second, mainly where y'all need offensive help is wide receiver. Y'all have no wide receivers. Y'all, and mind you, your wide receivers are small. Your best wide receivers is Tutu Atwell and Malik Washington. Those are your best wide receivers. Granted, Malik Washington is all right. He's all right, but I don't see him as no wide receiver one. There's not a wide receiver. I mean, other than Jordan Tyson, Makai Lemon, those are the only wide receivers I would have took here. Reason I didn't take Makai Lemon, like I said, your wide receivers are already too small. Jordan Tyson, just because of the mystery of his injury and things like that, the Dolphins already have a injury riddled history, and then also y'all just need a lot of help. So that's a big risk to be taken. More safer option, who's still a blue chip, is still a blue chip, and he can help you on the wide receiver end of catching the ball, and he's good at blocking. And he's an athletic freak, and mind you, even if it take you, let's say it take you out 3 or 4 years to get good again. Let's just say tight ends don't cost as much as wide receivers. So thinking about the future of saving more money on a pro wide receiver than a pro tight end, I'd rather go with King Sadiq. So that's why I picked that. And then the Cowboys. The Cowboys, well, they lucked up and they get Caleb Downs. I would go Caleb Downs. I know my last draft I went Dylan Thieneman, but that's because Caleb Downs wasn't there. So good for y'all, to be honest. Um, with this pick, depends on how risky you want to get. You go with Kai Lemon or Jordan Tyson. I'm gonna go Jordan Tyson just because he's just like I said, I got him as a fringe. Reason I got him as a fringe is because of the injuries and stuff. If he'd have played with no injuries and been able to showcase his talents in every game that he didn't play, he would be up here. So it's a chance, and mind you, people get injured. Puka gets injured. Devontae Adams get injured. Plus Puka going through what he going through. Devontae Adams, apparently there was some trade rumors. You want to get some stability with the wide receivers. You want some stability. Granted, is he the most stable? Injuries happen, so I'd rather just go for the talent, and he fits the Puka and like Devontae type of vibe, like big wide. Well, he's not that big, but he's bigger than Makai Lemon. But it's just the way he runs his routes and the way he plays fits more with Puka than like a Makai. So I just think it would go well. It would mesh well. Ravens. The Ravens. Hmm. Who do we want to go for the Ravens? Hmm. All right. I'm gonna pick this player, and I'm picking him for a reason. Obviously, Peter Woods. Y'all probably wonder where Peter Woods is. Peter Woods is in the stars. It might be some surprises here for y'all, but he's in the stars. So, reason I got him as a star just because of the inconsistency this year. Not fully his fault, but either way, if you're supposed to be a blue chip, I needed to see a little bit more. But he could easily be a fringe. But anyways, I'm going with him. And y'all might be like, we don't need defensive tackle, yada yada. It's first of all, just to start off, it's always good to to get help on the line. It's always good. That's one. Two, I'm going about this as though I don't know what's going on with y'all defensive tackle or edge, defensive tackle edge. What's his name? African name, Udabike or whatever. Ubike. I don't know what's going on with him. So just in case, because I know he had a neck injury and things weren't looking that well, you get a star defensive tackle. Mind you, like I said, that helping on a defensive tackle helps the back end. If your line is great, it's gonna help the back end. Could I have went offense? Sure, I could have went for offensive line help, but I didn't want to do that. I think I need more help on the defensive end. Could I have went edge? Sure. I don't think any of these edges should go this high. Could have went Zion Young because I'm pretty high on Zion Young, as y'all see. That's why I'm liking that I got this list here so y'all can see the players I'm high on. Could have went Zion Young, and that would have been nice actually. But I already picked Peter Woods. So let's keep going. All right. Oh, the Bucks. I mean, in this sense, me personally, mm, 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 mm. I'm going Zion Young because I could have went that for them, but I'm going that for them. My words just sounded funny, but Zion Young just makes sense. They need edge help. They need. I mean, you could have went wide receiver. Could have got Makai Lemon, but I don't know. I feel like Emeka Ibuka, he's an outside wide receiver as well, but I would like to see him interchange inside outside, and I just didn't want it to be kind of small. Makai would have made sense though, but I think you give it another wide receiver like in the second round. But we're only doing the first round. We're only doing the first round. And mind you, so far, comment how you feel about your team's pick. Comment, let me know what's going on. All right, the Jets. Lucky for you, Jets. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'm just trying to see something. We already went Arvell Reese. Yeah, so lucky for you, Jets. We're beefing up that offensive line. The offensive line looking lovely with this pick right here. Like it already was pretty good for y'all for y'all team to have y'all struggles. Your offensive line was looking pretty good, but we just got even better. It's not even much to be said about that, to be honest. Uh, Now we have the Lions. Last time I went Monroe Freeling, but as you can see, I'm not even that high on Monroe Freeling. Uh, where I got him at? Where that? I might have just missed him. But actually, this where I got him at. Overvalued. And there's another player that I'm actually getting that I say is overvalued. Reason I'm saying that, mind you, go check out my video, but I'll touch on it right now. I got overvalued because Monroe Freeling, I liked him as a prospect. When the season ended, they had him as a fringe late second round to third round. Like they had him there. Nothing even happened. I mean, he had a good combine, but just from the combine, he's top 10 now. Like all of a sudden he went from fringe day 2 to in day 3. I mean day 2, my fault. And now he's top 10 pick. That's the only why I got it overrated because I think that's too high. And the reason I got Caden Proctor overrated is because he just struggles with speed rushers and his weight could possibly be a problem. If you can keep those in order where he's able to keep up with speed rushers enough, because I know he's big, he's going to get beat sometimes, and you can keep his weight in order, which I think the Lions can do that. They're really good with the offensive line, and I think they can keep him in order. So if you do something like that, he's worth a pick, especially in this area. I've heard even people saying him going to the 6th pick. That's why I got him overrated in general, because there's things to, chill out on. But if you can do that, that's a great pick. All right. The Vikings. 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 Um, I'm gonna go with my boy because he remind me more of course, like Harrison. That you got to replace. I had Emmanuel McNeil Warren the last time, but Harrison gonna make sense right there. Um, I said Harrison. Dylan gonna make sense right there, and Dylan is tough. Let me go back to my list. You see where I got Dylan. Fringe. I like him a lot, and he's way more athletic than I thought. I keep saying that, but true, it's true, man. All right, Panthers. Panthers. Yeah, I still need a safety either way. Um, yeah, I could get a wide receiver. I had Jamal McCoy for y'all last. Oh, oh, he fell too far. He fell too far. Makai Lemon. You got Tet on the outside. You can have actually put Leggett on the bench as a gadget player, and then have Jalen Croker on the other outside. Makai Lemon in the slot. I think you got your wide receiver core. Yeah, I know y'all kept fishing for wide receivers 3 years in a row. Like your coach said. Who says we can't? Who says we? I mean GM. Who says we can't draft 3 wide receivers in a row? I think when you see Makai Lemon, yeah, you're gonna draft him 3 years in a row. All right. So with the Cowboys, we had got Caleb Downs. So you got Caleb Downs. You got Caleb Downs. Where is who you call it at? Why am I? Oh, they got him down here. I'm surprised. I just wanted to see where he was, but so here I would most likely go edge. Hmm. Edge. Yeah, I think I would go edge, and I'm going T.J. Parker. It's my guy right there. Where I got him at. Star. I think he'd be a star. Like I said, you got to look at my video to really hear my explanations on all these players, but I got him as a star. All right. So now we got the Steelers. Steelers. Hmm. Let's do this actually. I kind of I could go guard or something like that, but I kind of like. And mind you, let me explain it. So I went guard last draft, so I kind of want to switch that. Um, that's only why I'm not going guard right now. But switching it, I'm not getting quarterback right now. I mean, there might be a draft I do that, but I'm not getting quarterback because thought of something else. Excuse me, sorry. I'm not going wide receiver because me personally, I wouldn't want to go wide receiver first round because I just look at the value of things. You got DK and you got Michael Pittman. You have two veteran wide receivers. Granted, I don't think DK's that good, but he's worth 30 million a year. You have to use him. So I'd rather go like, second round, third round, get another wide receiver so you can focus on them more. A first rounder, I feel like you got to focus on. So with the Steelers, I'm gonna go, which would be a nice pick to me. I'm going Manuel McNeil Warren, especially because he could learn from Jalen Ramsey. He could learn from Joey Porter, just in terms of coverage. And the Steelers always have great defense. Having somebody like him is going to change the defense in general. Going young, and he's able to play in a box, and he's a playmaker. I feel like Steelers need more playmakers on the defensive end. Y'all play great defense, but y'all need playmakers. The Chargers. Uh, what do we want for y'all? I could. Uh, the draft kind of falling good. I'm gonna go Emmanuel Pregnon. I know that line was beat up. It was more of the tackles when Joe Alt and what's his name? I feel like I gotta look his name up real quick, y'all. I have to. Mm, 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 mm. I hope y'all day going well as we are talking. Rashawn Slater, yeah. So Yeah, tackles were injured last year, but also the guard presence needed help. They needed help, and somebody like Emmanuel Pregnon, which I know I don't have him high. I have him as good. I think he's a good player. Only why I'm saying that because he's an older prospect, and I don't really see like I see great plays out of him, but I don't see like prolineal player basically. So I think that's a great pickup if you ask me, especially for what you need. Y'all don't need like a star guard. Your tackles a star. So as long as he's doing his job, that's the main thing. All right, so Eagles in this scenario, I would give y'all let me just see something real quick before I do anything. Switch it up a little bit. Give y'all Denzel Boston. And I'm kind of doing this for when, AJ Brown gets traded. Y'all focus on Devontae Smith. You still got a big body receiver in Denzel Boston. And yeah, y'all go to work. True winner. Gene Skinny like Squidward. That's for, shout out if y'all used to jerk back then. Pause. All right, the Browns. Who did I give them the first time? Oh, Carnell Tate. Oh, Carnell Tate. Now this would be more of a respected area if I was to get somebody like him. Monroe Freeling. I'm getting him right there. That would be more respected, even though he was supposed to be second round. I know the tackle position is like it's kind of a little shallow in a sense. So I see why people would you know go for him so early. The Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears. Last time I got Kaden McDonald. Like I said, I think y'all getting more into a win now area, and y'all don't need everybody to be so young. So Akima Mesidor, I kind of got him as like he going first round just because of his like his readiness. That's mainly why I got like he productivity wise he was one of the best. But also it's just the fact that he's just so ready. So it's like a team that needs somebody that's ready, go get him, and he's gonna help that defense a lot. The Bills, the Bills, the Bills, the Bills, the Bills. Mm, mm. I went line last time. I mean, I went who did I go last time? I went linebacker last time. Hold on. No, 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 no. Let me see something real quick. Cause I know one player, but I'm trying to see the other player I'm trying to think of. Cause me personally, I don't care if it go against the grain. Oh, never mind. I was looking at cornerbacks, and I knew y'all drafted Maxwell Hairston, but I seen Christian Benford. I forgot y'all had him. I thought didn't he just leave? Who went to the Raiders? Wasn't it Christian? I thought it was Christian. Who did the Raiders pick in free agency? I thought it was man, they're not even saying his name. Come on, they doing BS, y'all. I thought it was Christian Benford. Am I tripping, y'all? It's actually pissing me off that I don't know right now. Kobe Dean. Uh, These are the new signings, but where is Boy at? Forgot they got Jalen Naylor too. Quay Walker resigned. Bro, they traded for somebody, bro. Uh, I'm sorry, y'all. I have to. Bills and Raiders trade. Who did they trade for? Oh, it's Taron Johnson. I'm thinking it was Christian. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it was Christian Benford. It was throwing me off. I had to. So let me get to it then. All right. Y'all need uh y'all need better run defense. I'm thinking for the most part. Because y'all just picked up Bradley Chubb for the edge pressure. Hopefully y'all just keep Joey Bosa at that point. Get Kaden McDonald because y'all looking for Dexter Lawrence. Look at my other video as well because they looking for Dexter Lawrence. But we'll go Kaden McDonald to stop the run. And you get a linebacker later or something. 49ers. 49ers. Now I got to do the same thing for them because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm trying to see where Jamal McCoy goes. And the 49ers, I know you have what's his name, bro? He got a funny name, and him and JSN be going back and forth. But who's on the other side though? Is what I'm trying to think. Oh, Ronaldo Green, Nate Hobbs, oh, and Jack Jones. It's not bad, honestly. Me personally, even with this, I'm not seeing enough lockup. If you ask me, so I'm looking. But y'all do need line help. Y'all need line help badly. Ah man, y'all do need line help badly though. Damn. All right. I guess. Yeah, we'll go Caleb Lone. It's just because y'all need line help. You won't want to try to get a prize possession like Jermon McCoy, and then your offense is struggling. Like it's just like the Bengals situation. You ignore that, and then things not going well. All right. So the Texans in this scenario, I wouldn't like that the draft felt like this for us, to be honest. If you ask me, because I'm the type to ignore a lot of things. I'm the type to ignore a lot of things. Um, I'm ignoring a lot. I'm gonna just go right here, Christian Miller. Um, yeah, I might not be big fans of him. Where do I have him? I know I have him some. Yep, star. I think he's nice. I just would. There's some other players I'd rather get, but if the board fell like this, I would have to get him. And mind you, I talked about him in my other video. That's why I got him as a star. But he's good. He's not the best. He's not better than Caden McDonald in the run game, but he's really good at the run game. But he has more potential in the pass rush. He has more potential. The Georgia Loki didn't use him the best. So think about that. All right, the Chiefs. Who did I get for the Chiefs? Because I really, actually, I could have just went up. The Chiefs. Mansour Delane. Mm. Jamal McCoy would have been here for y'all, but y'all already picked up Mansour Delane. Omar Cooper. Y'all need help on the offensive end. Omar Cooper kind of reminds me of Rasheed Rice. And just in case Rasheed Rice is tweaking out again, y'all get a replacement. And if he don't tweak out, y'all just get him. Omar Cooper, Rasheed Rice, Xavier Worthy. I think that'd be beautiful. All right, and let's not even waste time. Jamal McCoy. We picked up what do we pick up for them to start off? Kenyon Sadiq, Jamal McCoy. Look how beautiful that would be. Yo, if you're a Dolphins fan, just you can't even lie. That'd be beautiful for y'all. Like I said, the draft fell beautiful for y'all, and you can't even be mad at it. That's two blue chip players in y'all first round. So if you're a Dolphins fan, man, come on, man, just throw some fire emojis or something. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked out for y'all right there. Patriots. So the Patriots. You could go offensive line. You could go for the Patriots right here. Just to help the line, I'm gonna switch it up the player because last time I didn't get him, but I'm gonna get him because I know the Patriots like him in general. I probably wouldn't go that route, as you can see from my. This is a mystery box. Okay, I put him as mystery box. Mystery box mean like, you know what a mystery box is. Anybody that play Call of Duty, comment Call of Duty, your favorite Call of Duty or something like that. But that mystery box, you could pull out any type of gun. It could be a terrible gun or you could get a ray gun. Ray gun, you know what I'm saying? He might turn into a ray gun. So that's the main thing about that. And now we have the Seahawks. And the Seahawks right here, since I don't like the Seahawks because they always pick my picks. I promise you, I like the Mayo McNeil Warren. I like Gray Zabel. Yeah, I did one more pick recently. I can't think right now. But since Byron Murphy, so I love him. Since I keep picking my picks, I'm not gonna do my true pick. I'm gonna do the consensus pick. And for some reason, y'all like Jadarian Price. I am not a fan of Jadarian Price, as you can see. Go look at my video as to why. But I just don't like him. I'm not a big fan, especially. for a first round. That's the main thing. It's mainly for a first round. But there we go for the first round, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I think the first round wasn't bad. I think it was better than my last one, to be honest. I give this a A minus in general. I'm gonna give this a A minus. I think some teams really panned out. And y'all let me know what y'all think for that. Like, comment, subscribe, show love, man. And like I said, I always do a Bible verse at the end of my videos. Anybody that's staying for the Bible verse, give you a little quick word. And yeah, I appreciate it. So if you're staying, um, this is the Bible verse that I'm doing. I had this one ready for y'all. I be just trying to jump into the videos and I be forgetting to get my Bible verse ready. So now I got it ready. So um it's First Timothy chapter 4 verse 16. Appreciate y'all for the ones that stay, of course. All right. I have a different version of my actual Bible, just so y'all could. I just want to show y'all my Bible. Oh, oh snap, wrong way. But yeah, this is a NASB version. But when I go on here, it's NIV version, which is fine. Either way, it's fine. So it says, "Watch your life and doctrine closely. Persevere in them. Sorry, because if you do, you will save both yourself and your hearers." All right, I picked that verse just because you will save both yourself and your hearers. You know, we are here to spread the word. To be honest, like as a Christian, you should spread the word, but you have to be careful. So like that's why I'm doing it. I'm saving myself and hopefully somebody that hears it. I'm not saying I'm your savior because only Jesus Christ is that, but I'm just saying we just this word might save both of us is my point. But the point is when it says watch your life and doctrine closely, I just have to watch what I do in terms of this. Like when I'm giving out the word, watch how I speak. I shouldn't be talking to y'all cursing while giving you a lesson. Granted, I'm not the ultimate judger of things, but I'm just saying you have to watch how you say things. You have to watch how you go about things in love. That's why we have Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior, as our follower, as the person we follow. Sorry, but we follow Him for a reason because He showed us how to go about life. So if we go about life in those particular ways with love and you know respect to others, and it says watch your doctrine closely as well, because just make sure you saying the right things. I shouldn't be giving you a Bible verse and saying terrible things like if this is saying this and I'm over here saying, you know, uh uh watch your life, man. People out here trying to kill you. Watch your life. Like that's not what it's saying in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you should watch your life. People might be out there trying to get you. I don't know. I don't know everybody's life, but it's just saying watch your life in terms of like how you go about life in terms of, you know, spreading the word and the information that's given to us. This word was given to me. Now I'm giving it to somebody else. So just watch what you say. Amen. Hopefully that helps somebody and you know, pray for me and you know, anybody that need a prayer, you can always contact me, man. But I appreciate everybody.